Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Matt Thibeau here again from Savant Marketing Agency. And today I have another very special video for you. This video is going to be very helpful for you if you are currently running Facebook ads for your contracting business and they are not working for whatever reason. Or let's say that you are running Facebook ads for your contracting business and they're working a little bit, but you think that they could be working a lot better. Or this video is for you if you're just about to run Facebook ads. Maybe you're thinking, I'm gonna hire an agency or someone to do all this for me. And you just wanna know a little bit more about it so that you can make the right decision on who to hire, so you just know a little bit more about it. So keep watching, because I'm gonna break down in just a second here the top 5 mistakes that most people make when it comes to Facebook ads and what to do instead to make sure that you are getting the most results possible. So let's jump right into things here. I want to respect your time. So the number one mistake that most people make when it comes to Facebook ads is the boosting feature. So whenever you're running Facebook ads, you should not be just like boosting it from your Facebook profile. What you should be doing instead is using Ad Manager. So basically, what Ad Manager is, or like the business manager in Facebook ads, is it's like another user experience where you just type in like Facebook Business Manager or like business.facebook.com, and it will take you to Ads Manager. And basically in Ads Manager, you have a lot more control over your ad. Because if you're just like pushing the boost feature on your Facebook page, then you have like no control over anything really. Like you can target maybe like the radius and then just boost a post, but you're missing out on so much more. For example, with boosting feature, like it's basically like training wheels, but for Facebook ads. And so you just have a lot less control. You're relying a lot more on Facebook's AI to be doing the work for you. And you don't have a lot of control on like where you're boosting the ads, and just like, really making it an effective ad. Whereas in Ads Manager, you can create multiple different like ad groups. You can test different ads. You can have a lot more control. And so your money is going to be spent much better. It's going to go much further if you have that control. So the number one thing first is like stop boosting and start using Ads Manager. It's going to give you a lot more control over your ad. You're going to see a lot more stats. You're going to know exactly where your money is being spent, as opposed to just kind of like doing it like the beginner way, through boosting. So that's mistake number one. Mistake number two that I see a lot of people do is they go way too specific with their targeting. So like sometimes I see Facebook ad, like when we're looking at Facebook ads, people will go like way too specific. So they'll target like, okay, like age, like age 20 to 45, living in this specific area with an interest in home improvement and like blah, blah, blah. And they go way too specific with their ad. So this is a little bit nuanced, because my first point was I was saying like, hey, you don't want to rely too much on Facebook's AI. But this point here is where people will go like way too specific, and they'll try and like get that exact type of person. They're thinking to themselves, well, this is my ideal client, right? I want to get this person who's this exact age. They have an interest in like, home improvement and flooring, and they, they subscribe to this magazine and blah, blah, blah. When you do that, then basically what you're doing is you're just hiking up the price of your ads, because Facebook has to work way harder to find that person. And then on top of that, if your ad isn't that effective and it's not getting clicks, then that's how you're going to just spend a ton of money and not get many leads. So that is another crucial mistake, is like you don't want to be going too specific with your targeting. You want to keep it fair. Like personally for me, I like to keep it fairly wide, maybe do the age range and like a couple other things, but you don't want to go too specific. You want to keep it fairly broad, because the more specific you go, then Facebook has to work a lot harder to find that person. So it's a bit of a balancing act of like, hey, you want to be fairly specific, but you also want to be fairly broad too, because you want to rely on Facebook's AI a little bit so that it can go to work in finding people for you, right? So the third mistake that a lot of people make, this probably is like the most common one that I see a lot of the time. So just honestly, like bad messaging. Like most people don't know how to write an ad. And if you look, if you go into this group, I actually made another video. It was called like how to make a great ad or something like that. And I give you detailed tips on how to write a good ad. One of those tips is always opening with an if-then statement. So your ad should always open up with something like, if you're looking for flooring services in Tulsa, Oklahoma, then read this ad, or then we're the business for you. So like an if-then statement is an easy way to open up an ad. And then what you do in the messaging is you always talk about the outcomes and the benefits. Like people make the mistake in their ad of just talking about me. Like we've been in business since this long, we do quality work, we, and it's all about me. But like you need to talk to the person specifically and use the word you and say, hey, if you're looking for this, we can help you do that. We know that you value XYZ. That's why you get this type of warranty and blah, blah, blah. So it's all about them. Put it all on them. Talk about the outcome and the ultimate benefit that they're going to get. And hey, if you want it to work even better, then put a special offer in there that's not price related, that's going to get their attention and make them want to reach out to you. So that's another mistake I see a lot of people make, is that they basically commoditize themselves in the messaging of their ad, and they just say the same old thing, like on time, on budget, and like good quality work. You know, it's like, cool, dude, like everybody says that. So when you follow what everyone else is saying, then you don't really stand out in any way. So be very careful about your messaging. Spend time on it. You know, this isn't something that you want to do in like 20 minutes. You want to sit down, really think through messaging, make it really, really good, very relevant to the person. I've got a ton of different videos in this group. If you just look for like how to write a good ad or whatever, and you can learn how to write a great ad. All right. So number 4, the fourth mistake that most people make . So the fourth mistake that most people make is not using native images. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is when people are scrolling through Facebook, they expect to see pictures of like people and things. They expect to see pictures like from someone's phone, right? Like they want it to look as if it's like an unprofessional picture. And so if you are running Facebook ads, especially for construction, and you have like a super like professional looking graphic image that has like a stock type image, and you're looking like super professional in the image of the ad, that is actually less effective than a picture of like you with your, like from your cell phone of you just working and like doing tile work or like doing flooring or whatever. Like the more native and the more natural and original the image can be, you're actually going to find that it's going to work much better, because the more that you doctor the ad, the more that you make it look like an ad, right? So you never want your ad to look like an ad. Like that, this is something nuanced that I don't think a lot of people understand, is like if people are commenting on your ad and they say, oh, this is a great ad, then it's not a great ad. It shouldn't seem like it's very like an advertisement. It should seem like it's just another post or something like that. So I hope that this makes sense, is that you never want the image to look like an ad. You want it to look like it's just another person posting on Facebook, but it is an interesting picture, if that makes sense. So you don't want it to look like an ad. You want it to look like a native image that someone just took on their phone of them working and said like, hey, we can help you out, right? So always make it look very, very natural. All right, so I'm going to clear some space here. The last mistake that most people make. So this is mistake number 5. Mistake number 5 is a bad call to action, or CTA. So what do I mean by this? Well, a bad call to action is when you say something like, hey, feel free to reach out. Hey, if you have any questions, send us a message. Dude, you don't want people to be asking you questions. You don't want people to reach out. You want them to request for a quote, right? So in your ad, you always want to ask them very directly of exactly what to do. Hey, shoot us a text at this number or click the button below and send us a message so you can get your free quote, blah, blah, blah. You want it to be very, very clear. And I think that a lot of people think they understand this, but then they'll do stuff like, yeah, send us an email at blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, people aren't going to copy your email address and then paste it into the browser and then like email you. Like make it super easy, right? So you want to make your call to action like super easy, and you want to make it super clear. Like to the point where people could never misunderstand what to do, right? And what this is going to do is it's going to break down barriers. It's going to get you a lot more leads for a lot less cost. And you're going to find overall that your advertising is working much, much better for you. So guys, this is the 5 mistakes for Facebook ads. If this video was helpful for you and you got some good value from it, Daniel says that you got some golden nuggets. That's great to see. What's up, Daniel? Guys, if you enjoyed this, comment below. If you have any questions, comment below. I'm happy to answer them. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks a lot, and I hope you have a great day.